Hello, good morning. It's Yasmin from Tiny Time Big Results, and I hope you are very well today. I wanted to record this video for you today because of a bit of a rant that I went on earlier this morning when I woke up and I was looking at Twitter and there was this sense of, oh good God, what's going on with the world, because the weather is so mild for this time of the year. This time last year we had the beast from the east, and the sense of something very wrong going on in our world right now. And then last night I was watching the BBC News and they were talking, forgive me if you don't agree with this, but I find that BBC News is seriously dumbed down. And they were talking about and GDP, that's gross domestic product, and it's really talking down at you, but they were talking about how it's a measure of our prosperity. No, it's not. Just the same way as the money that you make in your business is not the only measure of your prosperity, as a global community, the amount of money is not our prosperity. The prosperity is in the air we breathe. It's in the time that we have with our loved ones. It's time that we have in healthy bodies without sickness or disease because of 5G or whatever it might be. Your measure of prosperity is not just in the money that you make in your business. And this, I think, is a really important point to make. And it's something that I think it's a myth I know I bought into for a very, very long time. That, the only way to measure my success was in the money. Now, it is one measure, but it's not the only measure. And this is something that I feel really passionate about, because when we're thinking about tiny time, your tiny time is for a reason, whether you're raising a family or whether you have other things that you do. Maybe you have a full-time job, maybe you want to go traveling, maybe you want to be an activist, you want to do other things in your life. You don't want to just be working. And let's face it, the 40-hour week is a throwback from the Industrial Revolution to begin with, where people were working in factories. We don't need to do that anymore, certainly not here in, in the West. Unfortunately, that's not true for a lot of people, but maybe, and that's because of the demands that we put on other nations, and so this idea that we should be working long and hard, it's so outdated. So the whole thing with Tiny Time is that we have a quality of life. It's not just about the money that you make. Yes, I'm always, banging on about making sure that revenue is a priority in your business, but think about what that money allows you to do. Think about what the money enables you to do and the choices that it gives you. So my kids are talking about money and they're like, I want to have lots and lots and lots of money. And I'm always tempering that conversation with, yes, there's nothing wrong with having a lot of money, but be very mindful about what that money is for, and what is it going to do? Are you going to help other people? Are you going to help the environment? Is it something that's going to be, that you're going to do something of it that's going to be of value? My eldest says, I'm going to be a YouTuber when I grow up. Oh, I'm going to be a YouTuber now, as so many kids are doing these days. And I said, and that's fine. I said, whatever you choose to do, but make sure whatever you're doing is of value. And so when you're thinking about your business, like getting paid and being paid well for what you do is an exchange of value. That's all it is. And the more value you create, the better paid you are. And that's what I want you to be thinking about. It's about the value that you're putting out there in the world. Like for me, I see what I'm doing is helping people to create this amazing life for themselves and to see how they can turn what they know, their experience, their expertise, their knowledge into something that's really valuable to other people. And that people will be willing to pay for that. And so, for me, it's about that freedom that you're creating within yourself. Never again do you have to be reliant on a job to give you that income, because you're able to create that for your income for yourself. Now, there's nothing to say there's anything wrong with having a job, because that gives you that stability. But after, working for corporate for 12 years, that stability was gone overnight when I was made redundant. And it's only in this journey of self-employment where I've realized of, how I can create something of value and I can be well paid for that. There's true freedom in that. Michael Neill said that, true prosperity is not about the amount of money that you have in your bank. It's about knowing that you can get it when you need it. So, you know, suddenly you need to go and make some money, and you kind of go, okay, rather than thinking, I need to find a job and how much is that going to pay me? You think, okay, how can I create something of value? And that for me is a big part of my mission. You know, but I want you just to keep reminding yourself that your true prosperity is not just in the amount of money that you make. And if you're not making a lot of money, then that is not a reflection of you as a person. You are already worthy. You know, it's just some things need to be tweaked. That's all it is. You're not your business. And I think that that's something that's really important to stress, that if your business isn't as successful as you would like it to be right now, that is not saying that you're a bad person. It's just that there's a few things that need to be worked on in your business. You know, maybe it's your marketing approach, maybe it's your sales approach, maybe it's just creating something that is incredibly valuable to other people. It's all fixable. Marie Forleo always says, you know, everything is figure-outable. Remember that your true prosperity, you know, money is one measure, just one. Think about the time that you enjoy. Think about the, you know, the healthy body that you have, the energy that you have, all the great things. If you want to learn to grow vegetables, and you can go and do that because you are not tied to your desk. I really do need to learn how to grow things, because I am really, my track record is very poor. But anyway, that's what I wanted just to share with you today. It's slightly different to what I normally talk about, but I think it was just my rant earlier on Facebook. It wasn't really a rant, it was just more a case of feeling a bit hopeless about kind of what's going on in the world with the US and Theresa May going off on her EU tour, trying to tell people that we're going to do this, this and this. And it's like, no. We've got big problems in the world, and we've got Egypts that are looking at, you know, what's going on with Brexit, when that really shouldn't be a distraction. It's taking us away from what we need to focus on. And so whenever I feel hopeless, and whenever I start to feel like, oh God, you know, I think back to, okay, what's in my control? What's in my control, and what can I do right now? So whether it's stopping using cling film, or and use the, you know, reusable boxes and all that kind of stuff. It's like, these are the little things that I can do, and that hopefully that starts a ripple effect. But just remember, prosperity is not just measured by money, whether it's at an individual or a global or a national level. That's not the only measure. All right, my lovely, take care. Have a great day.